Yeah, definitely. So you need somebody to look up to for who working hard and that shit paying off and they stand down, bang, keeping faith, whatever. Definitely look to Ed, So yeah, never give up on yourself, bro. A lot of us, look up to you from a distance or up close, for our own inspirations and keep us motivated. So yeah.
Out the concrete jungle, you can make it anywhere.
Say like there's guys that's going to kill the club, but when Quick gets on, it's just different. And
Yeah.
I played with some of the biggest names in the world, and they all like what I do is just I can't explain. You have to see me live. Like hear me on the radio is one thing, but when you see me live at a concert, when it's
Yeah.
just me on stage, no artist, no host, it's Quicksilva, the Quicksilva show with 20,000 people. Then you'll be like, oh, now I get it. Shout out to a Beanie. She's actually a videographer that's filming my documentary. And when
Okay.
she first started filming me, she asked kind of a similar question, and she's like, "Quick, what makes you so different?" I was like, "I can't tell you. Just watch." And
Yeah.
she flew into town. She actually lives in LA. She flew into town and she followed me for the weekend into all of my clubs. And at the last day, she texted me in the middle of my set, said, "I get it. Like
Yeah.
I watched you all weekend, and I've watched DJs play before you and after you." And she's like, "I can't explain what it, but like it's just different. Like when you come on, people get more excited." And I don't know. You just have to see it for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, no, facts. I definitely witnessed it in Park one. It was like 2017, man, and we was in Park and we partied and it was chill for a minute. And we're like, it's cool. And then we heard you get on talking, and we were shocked because like, you started off with Glizzy. We like he playing what we want to hit. Like he ain't starting off with just the radio hits. And from there the whole night went up, man.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
yeah, for sure. And with that, I would say, I noticed that just the way you able to really just be successful in DC. And I wanted to ask the question I always wanted to ask, how did you really navigate through the music scene in DC where, we really didn't have a music scene besides you think of the Wale, Glizzy, maybe a handful who really went that
Mhm.
big. But how did I noticed you really, put yourself in the community with the local artists. How did you go about navigating that?
Um, so you got to think when I first came to DC was 20 plus years ago. There was no hip hop scene.
Right, right, at
Um,
all.
Outside of Nonchalant, there are a lot of people forget that's from DC. But 5 o'clock in the morning, where you gonna be? Outside on the corner. I don't know if you old enough to remember that song.
No, no, I remember the song, but I ain't know
But she
that.
from DC.
Yeah,
Outside of her, it had never been a successful mainstream like big artist rap wise from DC. You had DJ Cool, but he's more of a DJ like me who chants.
yeah,
When I first came, it was Go Go City. And I'm originally from Baltimore, but I play the drums and I play the piano. So I was really intrigued by go-go because of the instrumentation and what I come from. And I remember like when I first came here saying like, this is crazy because like there's really no hip hop scene. And
yeah.
then all of a sudden you started hearing about the Wale's. But even when Wale first came out, if you follow his history, he was rapping over go-go.
Right.
Big Doug was a go-go record.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty Girls is Wincy Backyard Band singing.
yeah.
Uh, Get the Ice Cream, man. He literally took all the big go-go songs at the time and rapped over them.
Right.
That's how he got popular. And from him, of course, you had the Fat Trails, the Shy Glizzies, and then now the list goes on and on from Light Show to,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can go. So I'm honored to like been a part of the growth of it. I've always been grassroots. What's kept me relevant over these past 3 decades is not just my talent, it's my ability to tap into the industry. Um,
Yeah.
I was very instrumental in Shy Glizzy's deal. A lot of people don't remember. Like, I remember when I first really got behind him. I remember getting a call from Leo Cohen like it was yesterday.
Oh
He
wow.
owned of course, 300 and Def Jam at the time, and Kevin Lyles, his partner, who's from Baltimore. That's my OG. But I remember sitting at my dinner table, my wife, and a block number kept calling, and I kept knowing it. Like, who the
Yeah.
called me? And then he texted me like, "This is Leo Cohen. Answer the phone." So I'm like, "Okay, somebody playing."
Yeah.
That's like Jay-Z texting you, like, this is Jay. You're like, okay, who's this? But he kept calling. So then I answered the phone, irritated, like, hello. And if you know Leo's voice, hey, Quicksilva, this is Leora. Tell me about Shy Glizzy. And I'm like, oh shit, this is actually Leo. Now I'm like a
Yeah.
little kid. But I remember just telling him about Glizzy, and then I remember going to New York, meeting with him at his house.
Oh
Me, him,
wow.
Glizzy, and Kevin, and my partner Sean Caesar. Went to New York, and he signed his deal that day.
Yeah, yeah.
it just like I say, I never take credit for anybody. People put their own work in. But I've been honored to be, a driving force behind the local music scene, not just in DC, but in Baltimore as well, and can help bridge that gap. Correct me if I'm wrong. Before I really became like big in DC, it wasn't a DJ from Baltimore that had like a name that's this big in DC.
Right.
What I did was I took my stardom, for lack of a better words, and kind of bridged the gap.
Yeah.
Like, now Baltimore artists are getting booked in DC, where that was unheard of.
Yeah.
Artists are doing records with Baltimore artists, which was unheard of.
Yeah.
I take all the credit, but I'm gonna take a lot of it.
Yeah, because I mean, it's no, I'm born and raised in DC. It's growing up, DC and Baltimore is kind of thing.
They hated each other.
Y'all think we do out there.
DC called us Bammers, and we called y'all clowns.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Look at these clowns wearing all that hobo, and y'all like, look at these Bammers wearing them white tees. Some are doing too.
Yeah.
And here comes Quicksilva, a guy that says doing too, who becomes not just the biggest DJ in DC, but one of the biggest DJs in the country.
If you want to make an impact in any industry and any opportunity in life that you can, you want to be a king, you want to be a provider for your family, then you find your purpose and then you attack it and you put everything you have behind that.
When it's on choppers, to me, it's a throwback. Spot in Miami, I'm free in the Kodak. Bull on the lamb, then measure my Zodiac. I'm having Zoom calls back of the Maybach.